Another thing with regards to pace, so two things, one for Juno, one for when. Okay, we'll start with when. Um, how much time do you think, the most amount of time students should spend in whole class interaction in a 45-minute lesson? So whole class interaction is when they're all in the main room talking to you. What's the most amount of time they should spend in whole class interaction in a single stage?
I don't know.
Think about it this way. How long would it take them to get tired of hearing you talk?
Oh, like 10 minutes?
Yeah, 10 minutes is good. 10 minutes, let's say 12, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, not 25,
Mm,
which is what you put down your lesson plan for your language clarification stage.
okay.
And, it's impressive because that's just about exactly how much time it took. So you said it would be 25, it was 25.
That is my personal aim
Good,
for
good.
25
But it's too long.
minutes. Okay. All right. Yeah.
When students are in a whole class interaction, whether it's with you online but especially online, but even in a classroom setting, 25 minutes is too long for you to be interacting with them as a whole class. They need a break. They need to either work alone or
Mm-hmm.
talk to each other.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So maybe
Um,
I can just like uh uh talk about the first box and let them to practice the first box, then move on to the second box, right?
yeah, yeah, that could have worked. Yeah.
Oh.
But also the reason why it took you so long to clarify the language is because you clarified so much language,
Mm.
right? You did just about all of the items in your list,
Mm-hmm.
right? And
Mm-hmm.
you did them completely, fully,
Mm-hmm.
which is nice in principle, but in practice, when you know you only have 45 minutes,
Mm-hmm.
you should keep in mind that your language clarification will be useful to students only so long as you remain focused and concentrated
Mm-hmm.
and able to learn. They will remain focused, concentrated, able to learn for a limited amount of time.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not talking about all students. You have gifted or very bright students who will stay with you the whole time. But
Yeah.
you also have to think about the weaker students they're going to zone out.
Mm-hmm.
So given that weaker students will zone out and that strong students benefit from interacting with each other and from listening to you, we
Mm-hmm.
should balance things out so that we have a
Okay.
little bit less whole class interaction and a little bit more student-student interaction.
Okay.
And so that we reduce the amount of language we're clarifying. Again, in principle, clarifying more language is great. Students learn more, but in practice, they don't learn more because weaker students stop learning after a little while. And they're the ones we need to care about the most because they're the ones we need to keep up and catch up.